Good evening, everyone. I am Greg Miller, and this is
Sean.
Sean. Welcome back to another episode of what grinds Greg's gears. Uh, Today is basically dealing around progression, like every other episode, about progression and just trying to stay effective and efficient, not only in the workplace, but also in your fucking lives.
What impacts in your life affects everything else.
Yeah. Like, so, yeah, most of you guys have learned that over y'all's military careers, this whole cliche saying you have to get the home front settled before like you can do any of the cool guy shit or like any kind of deployment. Well, that cliche is an actual thing. Because guess where you sleep? In your fucking bed. Just like if you sleep in your fucking bed, you start off there. Guess what? That's home. And then you bring that energy, bring that kind of motivation,
Preparedness.
Yeah, you can be not prepared for shit, ill prepared.
It's the old analogy that Navy Admiral was like, best place to start is with a well-made bed.
Yeah. Like that brings it like that's one of the major points that we're trying to hit for not only for ourselves because hell we went through like both me and Sean over here have been through fuck ton of potholes, and then we're trying to not make it like you guys see. We're just trying to make sure like you guys see those potholes and not burn it in the most effective way.
Or if you can't avoid it, at least be able to handle it.
Yeah. Well, like trying to handle the shit. That's
finding outlets that are healthy.
Healthy outlets, because I'm fucking 220 now, and I used to be 260, and that's for like drinking damn near 100 cans of beer a week, and then still doing the liquor and then all that shit. Now I've calmed down dramatically, which also dropped the weight.
And you're definitely eating a lot better now.
Yeah, dude. Like doing that whole like getting just any sort of groceries that you're able to fucking read in the grocery store nowadays, dude.
Yeah, recalibrating your nutrition baseline intake is definitely a key factor. As they say, everything starts in the kitchen. Just because you work out doesn't mean shit unless you actually have a good diet.
Oh, and if you guys didn't know, that is Whiskey. He is our
one of my mascot.
One of the three mascots around. Well, 3 or 4 mascots we got laying around over here.
Sorry about that. Now I pull the skin tag off here.
And then, but yeah, like, what was it like? Couple, not only the Aztecs, but also those Hindu guys. They're like everything starts from the gut. All the
gut health.
Yeah, it starts from like the gut health, and then everything progresses after that, and like
it literally puts a literal sense of working internal to help the external.
Once you got your like food down, dude, your mentality will fucking skyrocket. Like, yeah, I'm a crippled fuck. Legs decides to work whenever they decide to work. But I've noticed like it was a huge difference.
Even the subtle things like adding turmeric to your rice.
Yeah.
Helped alleviate some of the neurological inflammation you had.
Dude, still going, but like it's
It's
reduced.
significantly less.
Um,
But then again, you started adding turmeric to not just rice. You had trying to learn flavors for food by, which thankfully it's like, taught you how to add flavorful food to.
yeah, instead of just plain ass chicken and rice just to get jacked and shit. Dude, like that helped, but you don't have to break the bank out of it. Like everybody that is selling,
Fat diets.
yeah, like this is not a fat diet, man. I like to be balling on a budget. I'm a cheap broad.
It's also things like, you can buy in bulk, being practical, do meal preps. They don't always have to be boring. That's the problem that a lot of people have with the mindset of doing meal preps is everything has to be boring. Like,
No.
You can you can learn to cook, figure out how to manipulate those recipes to cater to your dietary needs, restrictions, whatever they may be. I mean, heck, my ex had she had celiacs, and I figured out how to make gluten-free Japanese food so she could enjoy it just like I can. Yeah, I found alternative ways to make.
The last X?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I learned to make gluten-free, like without breaking the bank. Just basically read the labels, made sure that it's like, okay, these are the key things that I'm looking for, like no wheat flour and stuff like that. Baselines, like you gotta look at the finer details. It's just the basic, simple ingredients of, okay, this is potato starch, so and so forth. The right sauces, because a lot of brown sauces in Japanese culture have wheat.
Yeah, but they're like with their wheat though, it's not the filling kind.
Well, it's the thing is it's the wheat starch.
Ah.
So that's like what aggravates a lot of like the gluten inflammation. If you got celiacs, it makes sense. If you're doing it for the fad diet, it makes me want to punch you in the throat. But in her case, she actually had celiacs, so we had to like learn how to change things. So she went from being able to enjoy everything to basically taking the full extreme route of basically I can't eat anything except like ice cubes and lettuce. And I'm like, no, let's figure out ways to,
Introduce
new
foods and ice cubes and lettuce.
Like what is it? Case an example, huge thing for Japanese culture is chicken katsu, like it's the fried chicken, right? Rice flour.
And that is for our fried chicken lovers. Way better than KFC. You made it? Yes.
Moister, crunchier.
Moist.
Yes, and I have no problems with saying that on camera. If it makes you cringe, sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Fuck it.
It's the autism. Diagnosed. Got the sticker.
Autism friendly. Crippled friendly. Handicap friendly.
Oh, I'm pretty fucking crippled. I'm on my way. Finding out recently that I have a broken back was like fantastic. And I'm still walking around.
Oh yeah, it's like everybody just looks at you and you're just like,
how are you upright? It's like, because I work out and I'm not a fat piece of shit.
You gotta one step at a time.
Well, I'm not gonna be that Asian that's like, looking like the perfect L shape at the ground.
Oh, and then get like a fucking, who's that Dragon Ball Z guy dude?
Master Roshi?
Yeah, Master Roshi cane going on.
Okay, I still have my hair. I'm not that perverted.
But do you have a Hawaiian shirt?
Sort of. But I don't have a turtle shell.
I mean, we can make them. We do.
That's illegal.
No. It's called wood. Woodworking.
Okay, we proved our wooding skills while we were out on camp. Still think it's hilarious that they thought we were like, we fucked up. They made a trebuchet. And not only that, but we made swords and shields and started having jousting contests.
So if you guys don't know this, both me and him met at a special forces selection. And
we became best friends right away.
Yeah, and then that's when we found out we're like fucking cripples and all that. Didn't even know prior. We're just like, okay, cool.
Never had a chance to finally get our fucking medicals. That's literally just been like, go, 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 go. And they were like, why are these things happening? Why can't I do these certain things without being in so much fucking pain?
Yeah. And then so they hold us over until like they can ship us off back to our respective units at the time. And it was more than a week of doing nothing.
It was 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, it was about 2 weeks, and then next thing you know, there was a lot of wood laying around.
It was a lot.
Basically, you know how like the curiosity killed the cat? Well, this created, boredom created entertainment. Not for one day, but for multiple days.
We used almost all the lumber just to make that one trebuchet. And then the residual we used like whatever's left to make shields.
And it was not only like, I don't know, 10 guys. It was a good handful, good at least good 50. But the fact that all these random people collectively joined in just to pass the time, kill the monotonous of the boredom.
Yeah, because we were not tasked down on doing something, which did help with passing the time. But then again, it was always the same group got us because we were the only ones out of like the 50 that actually wanted to do it. Except for, no, alopecia boy fucking wouldn't shut the fuck up about having alopecia, and nobody asked him about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's cool and all that you look like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and all that.
You really did.
Especially for a black guy and all that, but like
with freckles.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to like, oh, dude, I got alopecia. You want to see my butthole?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like Mr. Poopy Butthole over here.
It's like nobody wants to. Just because you have to use mascara to make eyebrows does not mean you want to see what your fucking, probably your bleached asshole looks like.
Man, like, oh my god, that really grinds my gears right there. Like, why the fuck you want, like, cool, I got a genetic disorder.
Actually, no.
Let's see my butthole.
Actually, no, that's the funny thing is, because he was a Cab Scout that didn't want to go to JRTC.
Hey, so what, man? I did like 4 rotations to NTC and 2 to JRTC, man.
And I did 3 rotations to NTC.
It will pass.
Yeah. Well, it depends also what you're doing out there.
And again, it will pass.
It helped when I went to NTC that I was a local.
Oh man, like I still can't believe they let me go out of the box, go into town, find that one random ass cockfighting ring, drunk as shit, and yeah, dude, people play with chicken out in bar stoves, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's great.
I'm from the area, remember?
Yeah.
My hometown's 2 hours away.
Oh yeah. And
yeah, when the guys were at because I kept that shit on the down low.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the only reason they connected the dots is they looked at my tattoos and were like, "Hey, are you from it?" Yeah. Can you take me there? No. Why not? Because I'm not gonna be fucking spending the next 72 hours looking for your dumb ass. More than likely find him at Metro.
hey, man, like,
call my friend Katie and go like, "Hey, did you guys pick this dipshit up?" And I have a photo of him. I mean, then again, you know, with group's history, you know.
Well, and I see why we're both divorced, man. Like, it's that
We're blunt, abrasive.
Yeah.
We don't really take any shit because Anytime we've tried to make the other happy, we're completely sacrificing who they are and with zero appreciation or respect for who we are.
Yeah, and like,
Oh yeah, and the utter lack of empathy towards us.
well, like, so granted, we're both like, we both don't care for empathy much because it's everybody has choices and everybody got to be accountable for all those choices. It's more of the fact that, oh, you see a motherfucker, just on redlining for months, and you're just like, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
But like, can we actually complain about this shit? No.
Oh no, we can't complain to them because we're just supposed to ranger up and get over it. And the funny thing is like for almost 40 years I've been on this planet, I've never felt what cold steel felt pressed up against my temple felt like.
Oh, it's pretty nice.
Well, now I can make that joke. But for a time, I'm not gonna lie, like those last 5 months towards the end of it, yeah, she made my life a living hell, and I still go through a remission every now and again, but that's only because she completely isolated me from everything, you included. Because I remember the one time when we reconnected.
I mean, like
we saw each other at the gym. I spent about maybe 10-15 minutes talking to you, and she was like, "Who the fuck is that?" I'm like, "You think I'm gonna talk to a total fucking stranger for 10 to 15 minutes?"
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, that's just me.
Yeah, you, because you spaced the fuck out.
Oh, that plus I forget like who the fuck I'm talking to.
Yeah, you go in a loop. You're like, "Hey, I'm Fred. Hey, I'm Fred." It's like you rewind the last 30 seconds of the conversation, and you're like, it's not till 20 minutes later that you realize, I don't fucking know who you are.
Yeah. That's a great thing. Get hit in the head enough. You're just on a one big old loop, man. It's like having
I'm gonna call you
dementia or Alzheimer's, and you're just meeting new people every day.
I should just change your contacts in my phone to 51st dates.
Yeah, that's if I date anymore, man. Oh, screw that. I try to talk to people online.
Yeah, let's be honest. Guys like us doing online dating is the worst because it's like we're too old to be playing the fucking.
That's if you get any kind of like dings, man. Shit, people see my beard and it looks like, hey,
that's the
freaking J-Bad, making J-Bag jihadi.
Yeah, I mean it is your skin tone.
Yeah, it is the beard.
Actually, no. We should just get you in a baklava and like just the whole schmog thing, and just dress you up just to look the part, and just go like fuck it and like, put your bio as Alua snack bar.
Like a full of snacks.
No, what is it? Mr. Falafel on fucking Instagram.
Oh yeah.
The Marines did not beat me. I fell down the stairs.
Man.
No. That's the thing is, I'll dress up in my shit. You dress up like that, and go like your bio will be like, please help. It'll be like a hostage photo. If you do not date me, I will be shot. I am not an Arabian prince looking for your credit card information.
That's a Nigerian prince, man. And dude, but guess what? With all that bullshit, man, that too doesn't pass.
Dark humor is definitely been a huge help in
that. I do think like finding like a group of people. Like,
finding your tribe is definitely an important thing.
Well, I mean, like,
it doesn't always matter if it's like a huge. Honestly, the tighter the group of friends you have, it's like you don't have to be friends with fucking hundreds of people. Like the whole thing, like with Facebook was probably the biggest scam. Like, oh look, I've got 20,000 friends. Okay, how well on an intimate level do you know these people? Have you actually taken the time to get to know these people? Have you actually met them in real life? It's the same thing. Social media itself is a scam. It's like, that's why it's like our followings are people that we genuinely shit talk with, either over miles and have actually taken the time to actually engage with them, get to know them, and find them out. Are you really worth time to get to know? Like during the times that I was going through a really shitty time, what is it? A few years back, a guy named Brooke actually hit me up because he started noticing a trend in my story that I was getting darker. Like, usually I'm posting jokes and.
Was that like after?
No, like it was years ago. Like I think it was the year before we met.
Oh, okay.
And.
Oh, for number 2.
Yeah. It was just really shitty. I was dating like shitty girl after shitty girl, and I was just like, man, this is just crap. So I just quit dating, but it's like work was getting so fucking bleak because when you have retarded leaders and fucking dipshit soldiers, you remember that fat kid I told you about, Ramos, the one who basically turned his barracks room into a fucking pizza storage box facility, and ketchup packs looking like there's a bloody massacre in his fucking room.
Well, it doesn't look like a bloody massacre. It looked like
It looked like he was like blood spatter all over because the ketchup was just all over. I was like, this kid was like Groundhog's Day all over again. Like every fucking day was the same shit, and I'm like, yeah. So I was like, because they didn't want to do anything about it. I was like, just fucking losing my goddamn mind.
Yeah, at the time you still couldn't, like, if you try to do something about it, you're the one that was getting.
Oh no! And then I eventually almost snapped on him. Like, I was fully committed to just committing a very serious act of violence against this kid, and I was just like, you know what? There was like part of me that was just kind of woke up and was like, I'm going to behavioral health.
Okay, well, like Farrakhan. But you also found a group for divorced dudes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the most recent.
But like,
that was a struggle though, just because it's like I'm so used to not like just kind of like hanging out with you.
Certain points.
But it's like it's the added collective wisdom from like people who've genuinely been in that situation or going through it. That's like just being around my friends, some of them who've never been divorced, can't really relate or empathize with, really understand like the highs and lows of marriage, like deepened relationships, like, because the shittiest thing with this one is I think she got the farthest within the stronghold, so to say. It's like,
because it really does take a toll.
This one really took a toll because I had given her everything. Like, literally gave her everything, expanded my ability to kind of just, like, to be the best husband that I could be and try to, balance the life. The problem was she was more of a taker, and no matter how much I gave, she demanded more, and more, and more, until I had eventually reached such a point mentally that I wasn't performing at work. We'd also dealt with some pretty significant losses on the end, but it's like I didn't know how to process that. She didn't want to she wasn't able to counsel me because she didn't care, because she was solely focused on her stuff. And I'm like, okay, I can understand that. We went to marriage counseling, and the agreement was I go to counseling, you go to counseling, we do it together. Yeah, that was probably the most short-lived thing. But the thing was like, still in therapy. She quit marriage counseling basically 6 months into it. Basically saying, no, actually not basically saying, she did say, I think we're done. I'm like, I didn't realize it worked like that. It doesn't. Yeah, obviously we ended up divorcing, and she continued to gaslight me towards the very end. Even tried to extort me in the end. That was always charming. But during the hard part, during the proceedings of divorce, I found within my church, which I was able to reconnect with, they do a small group. They got kind of a group for everything. Divorce cure. It's for men and women going through separation, divorce, post-divorce, and it's actually led by people that have been there, done that, had the t-shirt, or even like, and it's helpful because it's like, as cheesy as it sounds, they have like this whole 12-step process. I don't always buy into it, but it's like, it does help. Every time that, like, I've been through all 12 steps, and I've continued to be tied to the group to help newcomers when I could, because work right now has been insane. But it's like, I mean, the 12-step process is like, for them, it helps give you a solid foundation to rebuild yourself to, letting you know that you're not alone, letting you know that it's like, you can strengthen your relationship with God. I mean, if you believe in God, no judgment to people, like, whatever you believe, but it definitely helps to let you know that you're not alone in the situation, and how you can, and gives you the resources and the tools, and builds the self-confidence, the lack of respect you had for yourself, because everything at that time is going to be wrecked. Like,
Yeah.
self-confidence, self-respect, especially if you're in an extremely toxic relationship. It's like, it's just, you don't realize the damages until like you start talking about it in group. And gotta say, broken down a few times when I finally said the quiet parts out loud in front of people that are going through it or have been through it. And it's like, it helps you heal over, and it's like, it gets less painful. It's always going to sting a little bit, but it's like, it's just going to make you more aware of things to look out for if you decide to date again, because it's just human nature. We seek companionship.
Like, but you ultimately found in many cases that, like, people that were beneficial to you.
Mm-hmm.
Not like at the moment, but just for long-term peace.
Mm-hmm.
Does it always start like that? Oh, hell no, man. Skeptical as shit. But
it's the least likely people that oftentimes surprise you.
Yeah.
Because, like, half our fucking, actually, a good percentage of our fucking group is veterans. Because not only can we relate on the marriage end, but we can also relate on coping mechanisms and basically identifying, going like, that's not gonna fucking help.
Yeah.
Because our group leader, her and her husband are both vets. They're husband and wife, both been divorced, and they married. Their paths crossed, and now they lead our group. But her husband and the husband and the wife, both were married to narcissists. But that's been a word that's been thrown around because it's just an easy buzzword. It's like, you really have to get to the meat and potatoes to actually understand it. Because it's like, sure, this person they're self-absorbed, they do all this stuff, but it's like, to actually know the traits of a real narcissist, it's like, yeah, like, looking into either the DSM-5, I wouldn't advise Google searching and Wikipediaing it, because, let's be honest, Wikipedia is the most easily manipulated and accessible to everybody.
I mean, they do have that on the top right hand corner. Edit.
What do you mean? That's like, totally foolproof.
I'm not quite sure nowadays. I think they just got hacked. Nobody just caught it.
Yeah.
People just like played into it.
That's why Julian Assange never got busted, right?
Hey man, that's
Hey,
it.
let's wiki the fuck out of everything.
Hey man, like
Wiki Wonka?
so you're saying that's how Diddy got caught?
Probably.
Yeah, the Wikipedia.
Well, I mean, Justin Bieber and Eminem, apparently. Everybody's going down the fucking rabbit hole of that shit. It's like, oh, they were singing about it the whole time. Yeah, because everybody's stupid. And like, this is also, it's like, reasons why it's like, you don't get famous at that age just because you're talented. You don't get photos with this creepy...
Hell no, you gotta spread those cheeks, buddy. Gotta get fucked. Like everybody before you gotta get fucked.
Well, so's why Britney Spears is fucked up in the head. It's not just because she's probably related to her, her husband's or nephew or something like that. I'm joking on that one. But you believe that?
Hell yeah.
I mean, she is from one of those like backwater.
You fucking know, man. She was part of the Mickey Mouse Club.
I mean, so is the fucking NSYNC, and they all made a documentary about how they were getting fucking treated like shit. It's like, what? Oh, they do it in fucking Korea, but you don't think they do it here? Come on, K-pop, literally look at them. Like, they all, it's the same shit. They just continued the tradition from the 2000s. It's like, oh, let's just like, we had 5 or 6 dudes here. Let's do 10. Let's do 12 in Korea. Well, yeah, because you guys are worse than Catholics. That's why you're good at math, because you're always multiplying. It's okay, I could say that.
I thought it was like, the illegals.
I mean, you can say that, you're brown.
I mean, fuck it.
But, no, on a serious note, though, it's like, I found some of the most unlikely people to have in my life. But they were really good people. Especially when my divorce got finalized, not even 2 days after my birthday. That was...
Dude.
That, like, the people that were congratulating me, I actually genuinely wanted to punch in the throat. Because the thing is like, I didn't get married just for...
Man, I said congratulations. Hell yeah. You finally got a break. Because,
I mean...
within the past couple of years, man, you got some blonde hair. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like, the thing you have to take away with it is you don't get married with the intent of expecting to be divorced. At that point, like, you might as well just be boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, that's to me is like, I grew up very, very old school. Like, you get married, you get married,
You stay.
Yeah.
You deal with it.
Well, it's not even just the fact that you deal with it. It's like you grow together. It's a partnership. Like, my parents have been married for almost 50 years at this point.
Shit,
and I'm like,
honestly, like 30 something.
But it's like, see, like, finding marriages like that, most of between our generations is like, yeah, well, social media definitely had a huge impact on changing our outlook on dating and relationships, because what looks good on the outside is, outward appearance doesn't reflect the internal.
But, like, even with that, even with the social media, you also see, like, well, besides those OnlyFans models, like, all the other, they're just not trying.
Well,
like, just in general, people are just not trying.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, when did we go from this switch of, like, faking who we really are to just being who we really are, and stop, because faking to be something that you're not, that's why everybody is like so overstretched on their mental capacity limits, is because it's like, it's a lot of energy to fake something that you're not.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I get anxiety, I get this. It's like, well, if it's because you're putting on a facade,
mm-hmm.
and how you're acting is not who you are, then yeah, stop faking it. And it's like, if the person you're interested in doesn't like you, then it's not meant to be. And it's like the shitty part is we're so geared to
Excuses.
no, not excuses, to being rejected.
I fucking.
Most of our generation grew up with wanting to be with somebody just for the sake of being with somebody. Like between our two generations is like it's just like the status of the look. That's what I'm saying is the social media is like, who you're with, you're partnered with is like this is a status symbol. It's like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
The bigger flex is how rich are you in family, and it's like not about physical like materialistic bullshit. It's like the way my family flexed that they're rich in life is they had a kid, they had successful careers, but it's like they never made any grand flexes of buying shit, going on expensive trips. It was just living life to the fullest while being practical the whole fucking time. Dude. That's why it's like,
yeah, like a date. That I would say that is a major factor. Like that still comes back to like as to why'd you make that decision.
To date mine, or
let's go for this. Let's just marry this chick for status.
No, fuck no.
Yeah, it's like why'd you make that decision? It boils down to, and like what kind of logical or effective reasoning as to the why for a backing or justification.
Part of it was just like because she seemingly accepted me for who I wasn't going to try to change, like, in a negative manner. It's like, the thing is, like, in a partnership, you want to make better the strengths and, like, lessen the weaknesses to build each other up. The thing is, that's what I saw. That's how I was raised to see it, like, we build each other up, strengthen each other's weaknesses, like, reinforce, like, so the other's weaknesses are either like non-existent or they're just one safeguards the others to make sure that they hold each other accountable. So it's like your weaknesses don't become overwhelming, and it's like it just keeps balance.
But you guys both parties are just working with each other.
And that's the thing is like everything now is like, it's like it has to be like the stars are aligned right, or I have to be in the right place of mind to be in this. It's like
we're in the same room just to argue, or like we're just kind of have a conversation.
Yeah, everything becomes escalated because it becomes nobody wants to genuinely put in the work to get to know their partner, to respect their partner, and value the small things, because that's the thing is the small things are what build up to the greater.
Yeah.
And everybody focuses on the grand gestures. Did they take me to a nice dinner? Did they take me on vacation? Did they just do something grandiose and spend a lot of money?
Yeah.
But it's like, that's the thing, is like sometimes like the most grand gestures are things you don't even fucking think about.
Dude, like nowadays I just even with the business, like it's going slow because bunch of man, July though. Fuck July.
That doesn't even feel like that month even existed.
Oh, dude! Like with wife leaving and we're going through that divorce. Oh, let's. Well, that's happening. How to get a new fridge.
Your water main system designed to pop.
Oh no! What really happened? It wasn't even the water main, dude. It was like crappy craftsmanship. This is where like everything grinds my gears, because like if you're gonna do something, just don't half-ass shit. Just go full send.
Whole ass.
Yeah, just be a full asshole, not like a half asshole. Because if you're gonna do something, just like fucking try. And it was like four joints at the tub, and then another four joints that were completely unsealed or crappy sealing. So a total of 8 coming down on top of my machines, and I'm just like, well, this is great start of a July. All 3 things happening at once, and on top of that, like, bam, AC goes out the next week. So like, yeah. And
instead of the fabulous 3, you get the instead of getting the triple threes, you
got
get
that
the
quartet.
Fantastic 4.
Get the fantastic.
Really
I got that quartet, man.
You really did get the Fantastic 4 in July.
And I'm just like, so as I'm stressing and freaking worrying that, like, it was more of like how to catch myself, and then like see myself in the third person. What's the smart thing to do? What's not the smart thing to do? And yeah, I don't go shooting a lot, but I got a decent amount of guns. Love my love the rights I was provided for, technically, with this country, or by this country and all that.
By God, it's a God-given right to
But
be able to defend yourself.
Oh, but guess what? The white man actually wrote it down and said it was okay.
Okay, let's be honest. At this point, there's no such thing as pure blood. Don't get fucking Harry Potter on me here. Even fucking Voldemort was a mudblood.
Hey, man, I love Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks.
That dude's a fucking shit.
But yeah, like, I had to like look myself like in the third person, looking at myself like, what am I doing? This motherfucker needs to breathe right now. Like, get your 4 in, hold for 4, and then like breathe out for another 4 and all that crap. Worked out, and then pretty much looking back at it now, it's like a smart thing that I did, but at the same time I'm still pouting. Hey, just hide all things that can harm anybody, especially with a full house going on at that time. Like 8 people in one house.
The self-awareness you had was a huge change from who you were a few years back, where you were not as in control of yourself.
Yeah, that was like a lot of time. Just luckily now I have a lot more time just to.
You put in a lot of work to yourself.
Yeah, but it's still when it comes, I want effectiveness and efficiency. Well, guess what?
Regressing is.
Regressing. Well, yeah, regressing is a normal thing, but that for me is not an option because I will always want to do better, to be better.
But that's what I'm saying is like you know how to attack, and prevent a full regression into that part of you. You know how to address the problems now instead of just kind of like letting them happen and getting mad about it.
Oh yeah, I was. Yeah, well, that also helped because reduce pain, but like, still doing the whole like yoga thing, but I just gotta button up a couple things first, or I can go back in the gym, man, and build up that confidence for just doing a simple squat.
Yeah, sometimes just doing a barbell squat or even a goblet squat is a good way to start.
I was doing a box squat.
How much weight was on the bar?
225. Dude, that thing was one, there was a lot of weight on my knees. 2, I'm still in a lot of pain. And then 3, just because I don't I haven't done squats in like forever, dude. So you're just like, I'm not quite
Well,
sure.
if it's your fucking knees, then that means you're using them wrong. You need to change your stance.
Dude, I do everything barefooted, so like
That
everything's
doesn't necessarily mean anything. It means you're grounded, yes. However, your stances, it means you're relying on your quads.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you could always make the joke about your calves for old time's sake.
Dude, they fit. They fit my boots, man. They, like, there's not like
they're like that big around.
Oh my god.
You set yourself up on that one.
But I mean, like, it feels nice with my boots. Like, not much like
yeah, there's
shaking.
plenty of aeration in there. You want a bigger shovel for that?
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Love you too.
Well, like, guys, like, yeah, we're joking, and we're going over like our shit from the past, like,
couple of years.
Yeah,
that's just like small chapters in a very large book that's still being written.
Yeah, but it's like in the previous videos I've said, it's always been small victories, like numerous guys, for instance, Ed Moyet, Aiden Frisella, Rob Deerdeck, all those guys that has been doing this. You win the day. You can win the next day. Win multiple days, you guess what? You win the week. Win multiple weeks, you're gonna win the month, and that whole level of motivation progression is gonna make you, like, over time realize, hey, this is what I've been doing wrong. This is what could have been better. The good, the bad, the ugly kind of scenario.
Self AAR.
Yeah, like self-reflection always helps. Yeah, it grinds your gears from like that same day to even like now, like months, weeks, even years later. But that raises up your level of awareness. That also raises up your fucking standard to yourself. We both realize that, like, we have horrible decisions in women, honestly.
Yeah.
They come in sweet talk, but we also realize that
it reflects on us as well. Like, oftentimes poor decisions in women is like, sometimes like this is coming from my therapist, is like the therapist view is sometimes like we pick the women that we think we deserve, not what we genuinely deserve. It's like, it's kind of I'm kind of, settling, but without saying that quiet part out loud. Because it's like, it's a bit of a self-reflection on ourselves. Like, how do we view our own self-worth? So it's like, that's why it's like, people always say, it's like, and part of what we're saying is like, work on building yourself back up, hunt for the good on not just other people, but yourself, building yourself back up, because beating yourself down, been there, done that numerous times. It's like the fucking phoenix. You literally like burn yourself out and rise from the ashes. And it's like, but you now are wiser for it. And I've been there way more times than I care to imagine. Been in dark spots, been in really dark spots. And even at times I'm like, I've learned, especially over the years, it's like focusing on the bad, it's not going to get you anywhere. But even looking for like the smallest victory in the day, like, hey, got out of bed. back to like what I started with earlier. It's like started with small things like, hey, made my bed,
Yeah.
brushed my teeth, you know, had a cup of coffee. I ate something.
Yeah.
Especially in today's life where it's like everybody's like go, 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 go. We forget just to do the basic fucking things just to exist. It's like, you know, that's why it's like, you know, building a small routine and is not a bad thing. Keeping it simple. It's the old classic fucking acronym of KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Or keep it stupid simple. One of those two.
Yeah.
But yeah, that level of awareness, that love, getting into those tendencies, like getting a routine, just doing the bare, like not even the bare minimum. It's just
mastering the minimum and then building up from there. It's like, okay, cool, I've got a grip on this. Now what's next? Oh, I've been doing this. Maybe I should improve on that.
Yeah, and you're gonna understand where you are in regards to where you want to be. Your standard at right there, like, or your baseline, and then you just want to do, like, get that extra.
Create new levels, like new level standard for yourself.
Yeah, and so that's never going to be a stagnant or a static kind of ideal. It's an evolution. Yeah, is there going to be regressions? Yes, that's normal, but we're going to try to reduce that.
Learn from it.
Reduce that regression, learn from it, and then avoid that pothole later on.
Or if it's an unavoidable, like I said, know how to handle it better than you did before.
And like, again, is that what I've said in previous videos? Well, it's all about resiliency, man. Yeah, you might think you're tough as shit, but once something instantly happens, and then you either just freeze or you just spaz out, whatever, then you realize, oh, I guess I'm not that resilient. And then that I don't know kind of ideal comes up, and you're just stuck there, and nobody's there to help you out. Really, you're like, I'm gonna be here, gonna always be here for you, man. But when that, hey, I need you, comes around, no, man, I'm kind of busy, shit. That's the people that you want to be around. Or like, oh, you're doing host shit, man. And you try to avoid that, being around, I don't know, other hoes. That's going to keep you in the same place. That level of progression will never compare to somebody just trying to find the right people, find the right support system that benefits them and shows them in a better light, and just a normal fucking person life.
Like I said, it's all about building your tribe.
Yeah. Build that tribe, fuckers. And again, Greg Miller. Here's boy Sean and our mascot of the night, Whiskey.
Yeah.
Woo! And whiskey's tired. But
old man spirit.
Subscribe, fucking like, pass this around to all your homies, homegirls. Yeah. If you got anything out of this, cool. If you got anything to say, cool. There's a comment below. And keep progressing, guys. Say hi.